and everybody's around me, and maybe I didn't have the right people around me because they, oh, you look good, everything's cool, everything, yeah, Aaron, you look that. Didn't nobody say nothing. Didn't nobody say nothing. So maybe. What's up? How you doing? Welcome back to A Moment in Time with yours truly, Aaron Thomason. I'm super excited that you're with me, but you know the question, did you give this 3 people? Did you bring somebody with you? Did you put the big fella to work? All right, now you know this is the space in which we're helping overthinkers and perfectionists take the next step in the directions of your goals with clarity and confidence, ending the cycle of self-doubt and frustration. Now, you also do know in a moment of time, I let you into my business, so you got to be gentle. Don't you be like that. So I want us to think through this, all right? I want us to think through numbers and how much significance they have. Yep, numbers. As Clarence Avon says, it's all about the numbers. Life is all about the numbers. Anybody who has had their identity stolen? Guess what happened? They took your social security number, right? Numbers have significance. Hey, fellas, maybe we forgot how long we've been married, how long we've been with a certain person. Maybe we forgot someone's birthday. Seen that? Numbers have significance. Hey, let's take it to the health end, right? How you fit your clothes, that number on the scale makes a difference. Numbers have significance. Last thing, when you grab your phone and you're looking, okay, what's the weather like today? Depending on what that number is, depends on how you dress. Numbers have significance. Why do I tell you this? Because I got to tell you a story about a number. 275. Say it again. 275. Now, this is the heaviest I've ever been in my life. 275. And guess when it happened? It happened when I first got married. Why? Because I was comfortable having all that fruit producing, as I talked about earlier. I had apathy, and I'm going to show you why. I was delusional, and Lord knows I got shocked. Woo! All right. So 275, heaviest I've been ever. You know, at my playing weight, I was 235 consistently. So from playing, and I got married 5 years after playing, I'm now 40 pounds heavier. 40. Now everybody's around me, and maybe I didn't have the right people around me because they, oh, you look good, everything's cool, everything, yeah, Aaron, you look that. Didn't nobody say nothing. So maybe I need to be upset about the people that was around me. We'll get to that. That's another video. So 275. First got married. I'm eating in love. Oh, she want a snack, I snack. She want to eat this, I eat this. She want to do this, I'm doing this. Oh, I'm in love. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yes, Lord, I was doing it. But the issue was, I'm looking at my wife. She looks the same. I started looking at me, and I didn't actually even notice it. Didn't notice it at all, because I'm like, if she the same and I'm doing what she doing, then I'm the same. You know, I'm an athlete. I'm a college athlete. You know, I work out a little bit. You know, I do my thing. You know, I'm good. Well, that was the delusion part. Remember I told you, there's the apathy. I was in love. When she does, I do. Right? Oh my God, it's so wonderful. It's beautiful. Oh. Yeah. Then the delusion happened. Like, yeah, you know, I'm still this fit college athlete. You know, I played at this university and I do this and I can do that. Like, all these things that you puff yourself up to believe because you've removed all of the motivation to do something different, and you're warping your reality to fit what you want to believe. Delusional. Well, I told you all before, if you go through apathy and you go through that delusion, oh, you gonna get shocked. It's coming. Oh, and I got that shock. And I'm gonna tell you the shock, what it did for me. It was the mirror. I walked by the mirror and said, hey, who is that person? No, you know, I'm delusion. I'm doing what Paul says in the Bible. all the things you're not supposed to do. I was thinking more highly of myself than I ought to. Yes, I was. And I looked in the mirror and I looked forward and sideways and maybe it's a bad mirror. Then somebody said, oh, you played sports in college? Yeah. So what position did you play in football? Excuse me? Don't you be disrespectful. You're going to fool around and get yourself cussed out telling me that I played football. I didn't play no football. I'm a basketball player. See, that shock. That shock hits you. That where you thought you were actually isn't where you are. And some of us need those moments. That's why I'm so passionate about making sure we don't get comfortable. Because if you get comfortable, you're going to find a way to pull the emotion, the motivation, the passion out of everything that you're doing that won't let you get there. Some of you all on a job that you ain't got no passion for. Zero passion for right now. And your delusion to believe that what you did 5 years ago, what you did 2 years ago, what you did 6 months ago is still good enough, and your feelings going to be hurt when they fool around and promote somebody else over you. That's going to be your shock moment. It's going to be that mirror moment like I had, like, who is this person? I mean, I almost had an attitude looking up and down the camera like, who's it looking back at me? No, that's you. That's the version of you that happens when you get comfortable. That's the version of you that happens when you become apathetic. That's the version of you that happens when you're delusional. And guess what? When you get shocked out of it, it is so uncomfortable. It is so mind altering that you only know where to pick yourself up at. But I'm telling you right now, let this video be your shock, because some of you hear it and know it, that you've been sitting back chilling way too long, waiting to end the year on the end of the year, just kind of coasting in, and I'm gonna get it together at the beginning of next year. Nope, you made that promise last year and you still in the same spot. So nope, it ain't gonna work. Nope, we not going for it. So we gotta do something different. We gotta get out of our heads and we gotta get in action. So here's all I want us to be very clear on. Comfortability is actually something that some of you all have earned. You have earned the right to not live paycheck to paycheck. You've earned the right to be able to fly and be able to go in first class. But what are you doing to keep yourself in a position where that doesn't become the old thing and something that you don't progressively look to get better on, but it's actually something that keeps you motivated because you understand where you come from and you ain't trying to go back. Because see, the other thing about comfort, when it removes that apathy, the emotions, and it creates that delusion, that warping view of reality, is you begin to forget where you come from. You begin to forget some of your flaws. You begin to forget some of the stuff that you were doing that got you there. You ain't doing the stuff that's going to either keep you there or take you to the next level. That's what happens with comfort. Comfort becomes seductive. And those are the three things of fruit that it produces. But at one point, when the music, the soft music of seduction goes off and it starts to go back to being normal, that's when you get shocked. That's when you get that cold water thrown in your face. That's when you get just dropped in the deep end and you look up and you're trying to figure out, how did I get here? That's what I was trying to figure out. Like, how did I pick up this much weight? I ain't been out of college that long. How did I pick up this much weight? Because I'm a college athlete. But guess what? I had to examine myself. I wasn't doing no college athlete activities. I was barely working out. I was eating nothing but carbs and chips and snacks. So guess what? Your butt gonna get big. You gonna be a true big fella where they gonna think that you played football instead of basketball. Because guess what? Comfortability, I want you to hear this, comfortability is a slow fade in the wrong direction. It's very subtle. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow fade in the wrong direction. And you get shocked and you wake up and you're saying, how did I get here? Then you get that indignance, like, I'm better than this. But there's still some of you that still haven't been willing to get in motion yet. Because you know on the inside that you're better than this, because you're replaying your highlights in your head, but you are still in the position that the person that you see in your mind ain't the person that you are right now. And if you want to be able to live up to minimally those exploits, you got to get in motion. You got to get uncomfortable. You got to allow for it to be hard. You got to be able to say, if I did it once, I can do it again, and be guaranteed that you'll be a better person in the process of transforming this time than you were before. But here's the thing. Until you have that awakening moment, unless you have that mirror moment, unless you have somebody that's looking at you, you gonna keep going in this apathy, in this delusion. And I pray that when you get shocked, when you get woken up out your slumber, that you're able to handle it. Because you're gonna realize that life has been passing you by. And there's certain things about what you used to do and who you thought you were and who you used to be are no longer relevant for where you are. Don't be mad because they passed you over at the job because you didn't want to work as hard. Don't be mad because you don't have what your in-laws have or somebody down the street has because you're not doing what they doing. Don't be mad. That's all I'm saying. Don't be mad. If you're going to be comfortable, don't be mad when somebody else gets something because they were willing to be uncomfortable. Don't be mad. But I'm telling you, I just want to warn you, and you got this, and you have an opportunity to do something different if you're willing to make sure that you don't get caught up in your comfort. That's it. Don't get caught up in your comfort. Don't let the apathy slip in. Don't let that delusion slip in. Because if we can keep those two at bay, you won't be shocked. The shock that you'll actually get is you'll be shocked that you haven't even seen yourself in the light of the beauty and the splendor that you are. Now that shock I'll take. That shock I'll look at and say, wow, look at the lives that I've helped. Wow, look at the person I've become. Because that's a slow fade in the right direction. So which one do you want? Do you want the shock of who you became on a positive end? Or do you want the shock that I had when I was looked up like, yo, you don't look like what you used to be at all? And that's our choice. That's our decision. So here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. I want you, after you turn this video off, I want you to write down I want you to write down where you want to be. And then I want you to write down where you currently are. Where you want to be, you pick whatever time frame, and then ultimately where you are, and then in between there is the gap. In between where you are and where you want to be is the gap. That's the uncomfortable space, and that's the direction you need to start heading in. But if you tell me who you are and where you want to be, there is no gap, there's nothing I can do for you. But I know that there's something that you want done, because comfortability don't rest in people who are overthinking and second guessing and trying to get everything perfect. There's something else that you want to get done. I know it. So write that down. Put it in my DMs. Hit it. Put it in the book now. Get me on your calendar. Put the big fella to work. And as you do that, let us have an opportunity in which we can actually start helping close the gap together. That we can put you in a position where you're closer to your goals and dreams for what's in your mind to actually be your reality. And I know you know at least 3 people that need to do the same thing. Don't be selfish. Don't keep it to yourself. And I want you just to remember this. Please remember this. And thank you for stopping by a moment in time. Just because you started out to get better, it doesn't mean that you weren't already good. So until next time, I'll see you then.